$50 million earners, over 150 IMDs on the team, over 5,000 directors and over 23,000 senior reps. It has been crazy. Been able to take over 100 vacations, pay for the travel bonus program, speak to audiences in over 35 countries around the world.
¡Energía! ¡Todos arriba! ¡Todos arriba! ¡Todos arriba! Turned on. What's up, Mexico? All right, awesome. Well, listen, first things first, I want to just say a big thank you to Pete for putting this event together. I know there were a lot of people that made this event happen, but there was one visionary who said, we're going to do this, and we're going to make a massive event. And so it was a lot of leaders coming together, but Pete, you were the one who spearheaded everything. So my brother, thank you so much. Awesome. So, listen, I'm going to be very real with you guys tonight. Is that okay? All right. So every time I see my introduction, and I see #1 income earner out of over 2 million people who have joined, and you know, being a best-selling author, all of those things, it seems very strange to me still. Now, I've been involved in network marketing for 24 years. Have had some good successes after a lot of failures, but it still seems very strange hearing that about myself because I still feel like I'm the same guy that I was 20 years ago, okay? And if anything, one of the reasons why I've been able to have some success is because I think a lot of people look at me and say, man, if that guy can make it, I'm gonna get rich, right? That was one of the things that inspired me, was seeing a lot of other people who were no better than me, no smarter than me, become multimillionaires. And if you look at my story, there's nothing about me that you would have looked at when I was a kid and said, that guy is gonna be a multimillionaire. Nothing about me. I was very average in high school. I finished in the half of the class that made the top half possible, meaning I finished in the bottom of the class. My grades in high school were about as good as the kid sitting next to me, if that translates. So, after high school, I joined the U.S. Marine Corps. Now, I don't know what military boot camp is like here, but in the U.S., if you join the Marine Corps boot camp, it is a very tough boot camp. And you want to talk about brainwashing? They really brainwash you. So I was brainwashed to believe that I could do anything in the world, that I could run through brick walls, that I could jump over tall buildings, that it was impossible for me to fail. That was my mindset coming out of boot camp. And so I went to college. And when I went to college, I decided, even though I didn't do very well in high school, I decided that I was going to be pre-med. So I wanted to be a doctor. My first semester, I failed chemistry. I got a D in biology. I realized very quickly I was not cut out for medicine. So I transferred over to the economics school. I had to take the Calculus 101, the most basic calculus class, and I failed it. Like, not even close, about a 40% out of 100. But I was committed, so I took the exact same class the next semester, and I still failed. So I decided maybe I'm not cut out for economics either. So I ended up dropping out of college because I basically failed out. I figured I got one of two options. I can be an underwear model or an entrepreneur. And so, what are you laughing at? We'll get there. So I decided I was going to be an entrepreneur. So I jumped into network marketing, and it was interesting how I got involved in network marketing because I was working as a waiter, and one night I was working a banquet, and so we're serving, appetizers and entrees and coffee and all this, and there was this really cute waitress. And this waitress who was really cute, she kept initiating conversation with me and asking about me. And so we're building rapport, and I'm getting excited. And at one point she says, have you ever thought about being in business for yourself? And of course I wanted to, have her like me, so I said, yes, all the time. And she said, why don't you write your number down and we'll talk business sometime? And I was like, I'd love to talk business with you, so I wrote my number down. She called me a couple days later and she said, hey, this is Mary Beth. Remember we talked the other night? I said, yeah, I remember. And she said, well, why don't you meet me tomorrow night at the Hilton Hotel and we'll talk business? And I thought, cute girl, hotel, at night,
no,
business, I'm in. At least I wanted to be. So I show up at the hotel, and she meets me in the lobby, and she says, come here, I want to introduce you to some of my business associates. And she walks me into a presentation with a bunch of people like you. So I sat there thinking, all right, I'm not getting what I wanted, but this guy's drawing circles, and he talks about leveraged income and residual income, and he said, could you be temporarily motivated to be permanently lazy? And I thought, yes, I can. And so I got very excited, so I signed up in Amway, okay? And it was an interesting experience. My first day in the company when I bought my kit, right? She gave me my kit and she gave me a book. And the book was called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And